Corey Taylor here, backstage at Sonisphere Festival 2010. This was, I kind of had this on the docket anyway. I was coming over to do the Kerrang Awards, obviously, and I got to do an acoustic gig last year at Sonisphere, and they asked me if I wanted to do it again, and I was like, well, hell yeah, you know. And last year was so plagued by technical difficulties. I can only hope if people are there this year, I'll be very, very happy. Let's put it that way. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I did my first proper, like, real acoustic gig a couple weeks ago in Vegas, and it went over like crazy. So I'm really looking forward to today. I write all my songs on acoustics, you know, and it still boggles me that even after all this time, like, people are still like, you doing an acoustic set? I'm like, yeah, why not, man? You know, I'm from the Midwest. You're kind of born with one, you know? I wouldn't do it if I weren't passionate about it. I wouldn't do it if it wasn't something that just gave me so much pleasure, you know? And like I said, I mean, whether I'm here in front of, you know, like thousands of kids, or if I'm just at home in the smoking room, you know, playing guitar by myself, I mean, it's just what I do. The great thing about it is that it's got a darker tinge to it, but it's very light as well. I mean, it's a really well-rounded album, you know. To me, I think it's going to be the start of a definitive time in our career, because it's got so many different elements to it. It's got the heavy, but it's got the light. It's got the rock, but it's got the slow, you know. I mean, it's just it's a fantastic album, top to bottom. And we really were able to take our time and really put a lot of effort into it this time, instead of just throw and go, which is what it was in the past. And we came out with a monster, man. It's a big responsibility, and I'm just ready for the world to hear it. I would get up, kind of pick my ass, smoke a cigarette, shower if I got a chance to, jump in the car, grab some coffee, head down to the studio. Nick would invariably be doing some guitar tracks to begin with, so we'd kick it around, have a bit of lunch, and then I'd get in to do vocals probably around 4, and then I'd get done about 9 or 10. Like, so I'd be singing probably about 6 hours straight, solid, you know. And I was doing anywhere from 1 to 2 tunes a day, and I mean, like, full takes. I mean, with like doubling and everything. And the way me and Nick work is, we'll do probably 6 or 7 runs of a tune, and then we'll put together the best pieces of it, you know, so it has that live feel, and really keep the emotion, keep the character. You know, we didn't want anything that was going to sound basic. We wanted to make sure that everything just had that great vibe to it. And then we would punch in and touch little things up if we needed to. And then we would double it up. We'd do harmonies. We'd do all of that stuff. And, you know, at the end of the day, we'd have a full song with, I mean, full finished vocals, you know. At the end, there were only like 2 things that I need to go back and retouch. So I was very proud about that. I mean, we've got the big tour coming up with the Avenged Sevenfold, you know, the co-headlining tour. So we're going to be doing a lot of stuff off the new album. Probably the 3 that we've been playing live, and then a handful of others that, you know, we're kind of practicing up and getting ready. We'll be doing Say You'll Haunt Me. We'll be adding Unfinished to the set. Probably a couple of Roy's tunes, which are in this crazy tuning that makes it impossible for us to bring enough guitars out with us. But they're fantastic tracks, and we want to make sure that we get to play them, you know. And there's a couple of them that are just gagging to be played live. So we're definitely going to try and you know, cater to the older crowd with the older material, and then balance it with like all the new tracks that we want to play live. I get to go home tomorrow. I'm home for about 10 days, and then it's out on the Uproar tour in America. Come home for about a week, shoot over to Japan to the UK, you know, do that whole thing, maybe hit some markets in Europe, and hopefully get home in time for Thanksgiving so I can cook. How does that work? I'm the one who's out there, you know, killing myself, and I'm the guy who has to cook the turkey, but I'm pretty good at it. It's really soon. You know, it's really too soon to tell. I mean, we're all still kind of dealing with it. I mean, I've just now kind of started talking about it, because, I mean, obviously he was honored the other night at the Kerrang Awards with the Spirit of Metal Award, which I thought was great, because he really was, I mean, not only was he just such a big part of my life, but he was the spirit of Slipknot, you know. He wrote most of the music. Not a lot of people know that. So I've really been trying to get the word out about him, you know, and give him the recognition that he deserves, you know. As far as like the future, like I said, I mean, it's really soon to tell. None of us can even fathom what to do yet, you know, but as soon as we do, I mean, you know, the world will be the first to know. And it's not that we don't want to, it's just like, how do you do what makes sense when, you know, such a big piece of that puzzle is gone, you know. So to me, you know, I'm kind of fortunate that I have Stone Sour to kind of concentrate on, and I've been able to kind of work some stuff out, and plus, you know, me and my wife have been kind of taking care of his family right now, and but I mean, we'll just have to wait and see.